Yay! Functional Kenpo. Yay! Yay! Whatever. Alrighty, now folks, we're back in action one more time. To all my subscribers, kind of took a break on the Kenpo for a bit. Had a lot of personal stuff going on, a couple injuries, life getting in the way, that sort of thing. So yeah, you notice I haven't put any videos up since like, I don't know, June of last year or something like that. Correction, haven't put up any Kenpo videos. You notice I haven't put up a lot of video game stuff. That's my other hobby, the other things I do in my life. So if you guys been like, man, this guy gave up on karate. No, I didn't give up on karate, I just need to let my body, get back together before we do anything. So thanks for the comments, thanks for the emails. Hey, what's going on? What's happening? We should put stuff back up. Appreciate it a lot. That's really the only reason I'm still doing this stuff. If it wasn't helpful, I'd just be like, oh, time to move on to something else. All right, so today's topic of discussion. I saw something going down the other day where someone was being bothered, we'll say, by someone else, and the person who was being bothered had their back against the wall. Not exactly where we would like to be, but there are options available for when you can't retreat. A lot of self-defense schools and a lot of Kenpo techniques as well, have the the basic beginner philosophy of self-defense is, create distance away from the attack, create distance away from the attacker, create distance away from wherever the negativity is, and sometimes you just don't have the damn option to create distance. So next best thing, you gotta go at the guy. And if you've watched any of my videos, you'll notice that I generally don't like to give the guy more than one step, because I don't know exactly how far I can go backwards, and I don't like to retreat more than necessary. I like to just give the guy that one step to try and enter my space before I explode and do the things that we do. So we're going to do a variation of taming the mace. If you do the 24 technique system, it falls on green belt. I say variation, you guys should know by now. If you haven't watched my videos before, if you haven't seen anything I do before, I'm not real big on going exactly by the book. I'm not saying anything's wrong with the book. Lord forbid, I'm not saying anything's wrong with the book. The book's great, it's perfect. Everything's exactly the way it's supposed to be. Anyway, the reason I'm not going by the book is because there's like 55,000 other videos out there where guys are going exactly by the book. So rather than sit there and me do the same exact thing like my stuff is better than theirs, it's not. I'll just say, go check out their stuff. They've already done it, they've done it well. So, go on YouTube, you can know where to go. If you don't know where to go, you can go look for True to Kenpo, you can look for Casa de Kenpo. Those are still the best videos out there for just seeing something done the way the book says it should be done. You also noticed that I brought the hoodie back just for you guys. Someone once commented, how come I never wear a gi? Because I don't really wear a gi out in the open much, unless I want to sit there and get that shock value of people looking at me like I'm a moron. You also notice that we're indoors this time. All the other videos were done outside, because that's where I prefer to train. I prefer to train outside in the elements, because that's generally where things are going to happen. Things aren't going to happen indoors most of the time. But there were some comments about the audio in the other videos. Someone said it sounded like a damn wind tunnel. So we're going to do it indoors this time, and hope you guys can actually hear what I'm saying. If you're watching the video, hopefully you want to hear what I'm saying as well. So I'm sitting here once again, got my brother here, Marcus, helping me out. He's going to sit here and punch me in the face, that kind of stuff, trying to hurt me on video. Got evidence, man, I got evidence. Anyway, people all, here's another question someone asked, who would win between me, my brother, in a fist fight? Newsflash, it's my brother. We're not going to fist fight. Anyway, here we go. So this variation of taming the mace, we're sitting here, we're back against the wall. Once again, we're giving the guy I don't want any trouble. The reason we're doing this is not because to send a signal that we don't want any trouble. That's minor. I could care less about telling this guy I don't want any trouble, because I know he's getting ready to hit me anyway. You can read that body language and know you can tell this guy as much as you want, I don't want any trouble, please don't hit me. He's going to try to take your head off anyway. The real reason I'm doing this is to put my hands in a defensive position, framing my face. I want this guy to feel like he can't go around this way, and he can't go around this way, so he can come right down the middle. And I want him to come right down the middle. I want to narrow his options so that I can narrow how many things I have to worry about coming to get me. The one thing I don't want to do is, I don't want any trouble, because this exposes everything. And I've seen guys do this in self-defense videos. They advocate raising the hands, I don't want any trouble. No, elbows, look, dude, I don't want any trouble. So we're sitting here, and he's shooting this punch, saying he doesn't want any trouble. I'm going to move to the side and just brush the punch by. Just going to parry, nice, soft, soft. I'm going to sit here and parry the punch by. The same time I do this, there are lots of options. You can sit here and hammer fist this guy on the head of the humerus. You can sit here and chop into the guy's bicep. You can chop into the bend of his arm and try and lock his arm in. Hey, we did that before in the video on punch catches. We're not doing that today. So, or you can sit here and go, you know what? I'm going to trade you. That's what I'm going to do today. Today we're going to trade with the guy. We've already done punch catches last time. You guys have seen that already. You don't know where to go for that. Look from other videos, punch catches, yay. Alright, guys shooting this, we're going to parry and trade him. The same time I trade him, now I'm going to yank down on this arm and start working on this shoulder lock. I could sit here and, wrist lock, but I think I showed you guys that before. So you want to sit here, do this. We're going to reach my left hand around and grab him by the eye. I want to grab him by the eye. This isn't mixed martial arts. This isn't a sport. By the way, I love mixed martial arts. I watched UFC 129 last night. Great stuff. But anyway, this isn't what this is for. Once I lock down on his eye here, I'm going to kick his knee down to put him down. I'm going to use my leg here to keep this leg in control, because I'm going to take this and sling him around and pin his head right against the wall. Once I pin his head against the wall, I'm going to drop back to line him up. Now I'm going to sit here and full blast, kick his head right to the damn brick wall. I guarantee you he's not going to remember what the hell just happened. Not going to kick him once and twice, 3 times and all that. Just once. Just once. One kick, boom, cover out. And I wouldn't be a Kenpo guy if I didn't go and do that really awkward, really stupid crane stance. Yes, see, I did the crane, really a Kenpo guy. Proof. All right, one more time, folks. We're gonna sit here, just slip off and do the parry. Same time I slip off, I'm gonna sit here and trade him. Once I trade him, I'm gonna lock his arm. And I'm moving that shoulder away from me because I don't want the other hand coming. And I'm gonna grab his eye to give him something else to think about before I take his knee out. Take his head, bring it right down to the wall. If we don't want to do the drop back, kick his head option, there's also all kinds of other things you can sit here to do instead if you don't feel comfortable with the kick him in the head part. I like kicking the guy. Then I forgot. Gotta do a little cover out stuff. Now, we're gonna assume that, you know, for this move, I gotta assume that I got not only this wall behind me, but I got enough space to sit here and move off to this side and throw Marcus into the wall over here and do all this cool stuff. We're gonna assume that I don't have any space on my left, but I do have space on my right this time. So we're gonna do a variation. So this time, Marcus comes in, do the same thing, trade him. This time, we're gonna slide down his arm to his wrist. Let's move this way in case we're getting too close to the camera. We're going to slide down his wrist this way, and this parrying arm is just going to flap in to an inward block. For those of you that know glancing salute, it's just glancing salute. So we're sitting here, trade him, and rotate him to break the arm, possibly. If we don't break the arm, I'm just trying to put his face against the wall. Realistically, if he's worth anything, he's going to put his hand on the wall and catch his face. So I'm going to move off and pin his shoulder and take his knee down and put my knee against his butt. The reason I'm doing this, I'm pinning his hips against the wall to keep him from being able to stand up quickly. If I just sit here for a long time, he's going to get up. So, once again, I'm going to grab his eyes and give him something to think about. Elbow to the base of the spine, pinning his head against the wall. I'm going to drop back one more time, and now one more kick to the back of the head, pinning his head against the wall. Crossover, step out, crane stance. Okay, yeah, Kenpo guy, cool. So these are just some options of 1, getting off the wall, and 2, using the wall to the advantage. By the advantage, I mean cracking this guy's head against the wall. One thing you'll notice, because I'm not really big on throwing my closed fist against somebody's skull too often. If you look at most of my videos, you'll see I tend not to do that much. I tend not to throw a lot of punches to the head. The reason being is I don't like the risk of breaking my hands. I like using my hands. Remember, big time video gamer. Can't be having somebody take away my livelihood. Once again, 10th degree, great hoodie, just for y'all.